Hey everybody, soybean farmer here. Well, cousin Scotty Rock came over and we were going to get out here and work some dirt. We wanted to take this implement, called seed bed finisher, off the tractor and go over here and get the what I call the small finishing disc sitting right there. Put that behind the tractor and we discovered something. So I'll show you that. Check this out. And the first thing you'll notice over here on this side of the seed bed finisher is there's something missing, the wheel. I'm up here on the tractor moving this. Cousin Scotty Rock grabbed the wheel and started flopping it back and forth. And the inside bearing was totally disintegrated, destroyed, all to pieces. So we jumped on it, pulled it off, took it apart, got the tire over here, got this cleaned out, got the inside race knocked out. Cousin Scotty Rock, he's up there at the desk with his smartphone, trying to find us a bearing, see if we can run get one.
I got the race.
You found a race?
I found the race in their website, but I can't find the bearing.
Uh-oh. So they don't list the bearing matching with the race.
Well, I'm not, I'm trying several different numbers and it keeps coming up with, I'm sorry, no results.
Yeah, that's what I had to put up with. So here we are, wanting to go out here and get some field work done. And oh boy, got another broke implement. Weren't we just working on this thing? Yeah, back here. Right there, on that. Okay, stay tuned folks. We will find us a bearing. Finding the parts is always the problem. You know, we can take anything apart, we can put it back together. Just need a new part. Okay, y'all stay tuned. We'll see what's going to happen. Okay, this is what I plant with. It's all I've ever known. It's all I've ever had. Planted 16 crops going into my 17th year with this planter. It's John Deere 8200. And you see it's a grain drill. Got some age on it. The history that I know about this implement, it belonged to cousin Scotty Rock. I bought it from him. His daddy bought it way long time ago, and what I've got to do now is get my cylinder hooked up there, uncoil my cables. They go to the remotes right there. Got to go over there and find the couplers, because these are those Ford style, and those ends right there are the John Deere style. So that's what I got going on here. And so I'm going to be out there today pulling this. There goes cousin headed to the next field. We already talked about everything this morning before we got started, so he ain't wasting no time. He's going on over there and work that down a little bit. We can't do anything with the seed bed finisher. You see it's still sitting there on the blocks missing a wheel. Man said come up there at about 10 o'clock and looks like he would have a bearing. We got the bearing in the race last night, but it's the seal that he had to go to a different store for. It's kind of funny, you go in there and it says you're at a car parts place and they say, what's this off of? And you tell them Massey Ferguson seed bed finisher, and they kind of look at you. But at least we had the race out of the old bearing. It had a number on it, so he started his search from that. I was thankful he was willing to put all that into it for me. Well, let me get started on this. I'm going to try something here that I've never done before. Usually I turn off or tape off every other drop, but I've been wanting to do it. I've been wanting to plant every drop. It's going to put them out on about a 7-inch spacing. I've never planted soybeans that tightly populated, but I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. This right here is how you set the amount of seed that you're dropping. It's still set from where we were throwing wheat in the ground. I'm going to back it off to down around 22 for what I want to do this morning. That's a little counter right there that you can just barely read. The glass is all hazed up on it. Gives an acre counter. I don't know how accurate it is. And I need to hit that with some grease because that's the drive wheel right there. And that's what couples and turns the little augers inside that bring your seed down. Well, that's about all I know to talk about with this grain drill. So let me get back to work and get it all hooked up, cabled up. Thanks for watching, everybody. In this field, that's where cousin Scotty Rock taught me how to pull a plow. So we ended up, between the two of us, plowing this entire field. And before that, cousin Scotty Rock took that little 1020 tractor and that 2-row subsoiler and subsoiled this field. It's been sitting, lost track of time, several weeks. It's got a nice crust on the top of it, so we're getting some rather large clods. And what he's actually doing with that finishing disc is half lapping it. He's going down on a full lap, turn around down there and come back on the other side with a half lap to try to bust up these clods. And I'm thinking probably 2 passes with that tool, and then come out here and hit it with the seed bed finisher, and it'll be a good seed bed. Something I was real happy about. It's the first time I've been back over here since we messed it up. But I like a clean line down the side of my field. I don't know, it's just, I'm odd like that. And while I was learning how to pull a plow, I dropped the plow too soon and picked the plow up too late. I had looked like somebody had been down this line right here with pinking shears. Made a first-class mess out of it, is what I did. But cousin was able to fix it. So it's back to the point where once I get the beans in here, I like to take my mower and get right up next to the beans and mow and, you know, keep a clean, pretty looking field. Keep it clean around the edge of the field. It's just me, something I've always liked to do. I like it that way. But in about, let's see what time it is. In about 5 minutes, I'm going up to the parts store. Hopefully the man's got the right seal that I need. And I'll go back over there and fix the seed bed finisher. I'm gonna leave cousin over here driving my John Deere 4020 tractor. I'm gonna tell you what, that injector pump rebuild that we did back in February, worth every penny. That tractor runs so much better. Yeah, I get over here, you can see what he was explaining to me. Whoa, that gets too jumpy. Absolutely beautiful morning, nice little breeze, probably 68, maybe 72 degrees, somewhere along about that. standing over here in the shade and it just feels good. Probably gonna get hot this afternoon though. You know, I think that's about as far as I can zoom on this camera before it gets out of focus. Optical zoom, they work pretty good. Digital zoom, not too much to it. Well, let me go over to the parts store. I just hope he's got that seal. Yeah, I had my hands on the bearing in the race last night, but without a seal, not much good putting it all together. Everybody, soybean farmer, thanks for watching.